right, all. Welcome back to the Pulse with Willie and Al. How's it going in snowy Vermont, bro?
Woke up, it was -5 this morning.
That seems nice.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got the
real
heat
real cold.
cracking in that house or what?
I haven't stopped cracking the heat in that house this house.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be something fun for them to come back to there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are back today with episode 105, and this is our The Chiefs Are Fried episode. So,
Sure are.
might as well, get things rolling, right? With week 14 in the NFL. We'll jump right in here. The first thing that happened on Thursday night, the Lions end up beating the Cowboys. And the Cowboys in this game just seemed to lose a little bit of steam when the Lions came out in the second half and tacked on another touchdown. They went up 27-9, and that was just too
Yeah.
tough for them. But just kind of your thoughts on the game and what you saw.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Jahmyr Gibbs, that's really the story. Like, when you have Jahmyr Gibbs, like, you're doing all right for yourself. And
And I do.
as somebody that's had Jahmyr Gibbs on their fantasy team the last 2 years in Bennett League, it's like it's the one of the rare players you can just like set it and forget it every week.
Yeah.
And every once in a while he'll have a dud. But like they're so few and far between that you're like, it's worth it.
You know what's so crazy about him too? Is he gets half the carries.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
wild.
they had 22 carries against the Cowboys. He had 12 of them.
Yeah. It's wild to see the production that he and what he's able to do. He's just a fantastic player to watch. And I remember we've talked about it before, but going back to the draft, when he was picked, I think it was 10th overall that year, or maybe 11th.
Yeah.
I remember Brad Stevens got a ton of grief for that. And oh, why are you doing this? And everyone looked and saw their draft room, how excited they were because he was there, and they were going to pick him and stuff. And everyone said, "Oh, why do they need him? They got David Montgomery, and he's just lit the league on fire since he's come in."
And he's about to get paid too. So
Yeah, big time paid. Um, One of the things that I was going to mention too, CD Lamb, and I don't know if you saw the concussion, but it did not look good. I mean, he went
no.
directly into like fencing pose. It was. I hope he's going to be okay. They said like he's fine, but man, that did not look good. That didn't. I was thinking
Yeah.
Tua right away as soon as I saw that, and it just man, really scary to see a guy go through that. But both of those teams are still vying for playoff spots right now. I mean, the way you look at it right now, Detroit's obviously ahead of Dallas now, at 8-5, but Dallas isn't completely out of it. Like other things can happen these next few weeks where Dallas has
Well,
a path in.
the Eagles keep fucking around. So like
Yeah, I mean, we're going to
yeah.
talk about them in a bit, but I mean, Dallas, I feel like they've played better than I feel like they played better than people probably thought they were going to this year, considering they traded away Michael Parsons, right? But you look at Javonte Williams; he's been a good piece for them. George Pickens, I know there's quite a bit of talk this past week about George Pickens and his play and
Yeah.
whether he's putting full effort out on the field, which I know you were kind of pissed about with that.
Well, I just like I hate when it's like the old players that are like, oh, yeah, they're not trying. And it's like, hey man, like you're not out there anymore. Like, just like, you know what I mean? Like you don't get to call them out. Like, just don't be that guy.
Right.
Like, so
I think I felt a little differently about it. Like him calling him out, I didn't think was right. Like do it privately. You don't need to do it
yeah,
publicly. But I feel like the players or the people that should be able to call him out are his teammates or his coaches
absolutely.
to him, right within that locker room.
And not in public.
Right.
Like that's you do that in the locker room.
Exactly.
Like,
There was one play that I saw that it looked like he pulled up, and I'm like, man, he was like 2 feet away from a ball. That I was like,
yeah.
oh man, I feel like he could have caught that because I've seen him him in particular make some of the most ridiculous acrobatic catches I've seen in like the last few years. So I
Yeah.
feel like we don't like every ball that goes up, you're like, he's getting that. There's no way that he's not. So
Yeah.
I think that was the piece that I was kind of like, I feel like he could have got that one. But again, it's not one play that makes a game. There's many plays that make up a game. And even making that one catch doesn't guarantee them a touchdown after that. So
Yeah.
Uh,
I will say, Cowboys' schedule, the last four, is pretty favorable for them.
yeah,
They have Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants.
yep,
Like those are all four winnable games.
yep. Chargers may be a tough one for them, but because
Sure.
Chargers have been rolling lately. But
Yeah.
we will see what ends up happening with them. And then the Lions, I feel like they're playing better football. They just I don't know, some weeks they're not able to beat divisional opponents, yet they go and crush other teams. And I just that doesn't make sense to me. They seem like a team that is good enough to make the playoffs, but again, we've talked about this a few weeks where we're kind of scratching our head like I don't know who's good anymore.
Yeah, it turns out losing Ben Johnson, you know,
Does
kind of
matter.
was a little, yeah, it does matter a little bit. And
Hmm.
the Lions' last four isn't a cakewalk. They go to LA next week to play the Rams. Like,
Yeah, that
and
is
they have the Steelers, they
not a
have the
fun game.
Vikings,
Yeah.
and they have the 3 games in 11 day stretch, culminating in the Christmas with the Vikings. Like,
Yeah. Not a fun
that's
thing.
that is a tough gauntlet. Like, so
Yeah. That is not going to be fun at all. Um oof. That's going to be real bad for them. But hopefully they're able to stay healthy through it. I know they've battled some injuries. Tight end obviously has been a just a revolving door for them this year with Sam Laporta out for the year and Penei Sewell, he was trying to stay healthy. It's just man, really really tough. But yeah, so moving on, Seahawks, they absolutely pounded the Falcons. I wasn't surprised by this. I don't think you were either.
I mean,
Uh,
I was only because like it was 6-6 at halftime.
yeah, it just it all of a sudden just blew up, and I looked at it and I was like, no, something's got to be wrong here. Turns out it
Yeah, no.
wasn't. Hmm.
And then they were just like, okay, psych, just kidding. JSN, 2 touchdowns in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Which yeah, he's a problem for teams. Definitely
it really
is.
is.
Yeah. Uh
It's too bad because like they don't get any production really from any other receivers. And if they just did, like I know they traded for Shaheed, but like he hasn't really.
he hasn't done much. I honestly would love to see him in the slot and see them go after like a big wide out on the right side. That's a problem for people, right?
Because like the Rams were smart to move on from Cooper Cup, and very clearly that you can kind of tell Cooper Cup on the kind of downslope of his career, which is wild because he's not that old.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
so
mean, he's 32, but like I don't feel like he's been in the league that long. It felt like, but
I
he's been in the league since 2017. Like,
I also you're gonna love this. I feel like there's this perceived dichotomy with like how some players within certain systems play well, and then they go somewhere else, and people are like they're totally washed. And we've seen those players then return back to their old teams and actually play well again. And I think
yeah,
Sean McVay has a lot to do with why Cooper Cup was able to like his schemes were very beneficial for Cooper Cup. I
yeah.
obviously think Cooper Cup got a little bit older. I don't think he is what he was in that MVP Triple Crown year, but
And he couldn't stay healthy either. That's the other
yeah, I
thing.
think that was the other battle that he had is once he started to get injured, it was very difficult for him to continue to stay healthy. But I don't know about you. I would take a Cooper Cup in the middle, especially with in the slot playing with Nakua on the right and Devontae on the left any day. Like that would almost be
I want to ask.
unfair.
I want to ask you a fun trivia question because
Sure.
so he's been in the league like 9 or 10 years now.
Hmm.
How many 1,000 yard receiving seasons does he have?
Ooh, 4, 3,
Two,
2.
two,
And you
and
would
he hasn't had 1,000 yard receiving season since that Triple Crown season.
and you would think that he's had way more than that.
Nope.
It's wild.
Yeah,
Very interesting. Um, yeah. I mean, it's also going to be interesting too what's going to happen with Sam Darnold come playoff time because that's a team that is going to ride the defense, run the ball very well, but Sam Darnold, is he going to be able to win playoff games? Is he going to be able to play mistake-free football? And
yeah.
that's like when you get into the playoffs, anything can happen in one game. Anything can. So it's
And I'll
gonna
tell you, the Seahawks schedule the last four isn't easy either. Like they have the Colts this week, which word on the street is they're working out Philip Rivers today.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
like,
even check the post you sent me on Instagram because I fucking knew what it was gonna be. I knew it
yeah,
was gonna be that as soon as I read the news. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna do you the justice of looking at that right now.
no.
Him and he's got to feed one of his 14 kids, right?
Well, he just turned 44 yesterday, so
Yeah,
happy birthday.
yeah. Welcome back. Craziness, man. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Seahawks. They've also obviously had a really good season. They're playing very good defense. They've got two, a double-headed running back there. They got JSN, who's just having a monster year there for them. But I just think, come playoff time, like defensive coordinators can scheme guys out. Also, playing in
Yep.
colder weather, I wonder what's going to happen with that. Like, do I trust them in a game if they've got to go somewhere like Green Bay in the snow or
Well, I think it behooves Seattle that they got to get that first round bye,
the
or they've got
they're
to at
not.
least get
Yeah,
the.
yeah, I really don't think they're going to unless something happens where the Rams just implode. I don't think they're going
I
to
mean,
get
they
it
got to beat. They still play the Rams one more time.
one
They got
more
to beat
time.
the Rams,
You're right.
and they gotta kind of win out
Yeah, they do.
respectfully. Like,
Man, it's going to be tough for them though. I mean, just looking at it now, Colts, Rams, Panthers, and Niners. So two division games in that.
yeah,
I mean, it could happen. But I see. Isn't it funny that Sam Darnold's in the same position that he was last year? Right?
yeah.
Like just it's the same thing over again. It's kind of wild. The Titans, Vikings, and Dolphins, they all get wins. Real good for them. Just kind of interesting games with them, like the Titans beating the Browns and Shador Sanders being like a All Pro or playing like an All Pro.
Like, but also like
Yeah,
Cleveland going for that 2 point play at the end and Shador Sanders just not being on the field. Like, what? Like,
dude.
I'm not an offensive coordinator. I'm not a head coach. But like, I just think there seems like there could have been better plays to run. I don't know. And like your quarterback kind of just driven you down the field. Like, give him a chance to like tie it up.
You would think. You would think, man. I don't know. Some of it is head scratching. They decided
Yeah.
the Browns, I don't know if you read this, but that Deshaun Watson was coming back and was practicing, and then they decided like
Well, so
they're gonna
he's
hold him
on the
out.
21. Yeah, the 21-day window to like see if he can come back, or else he's done for the year.
I think
But
I read that they're gonna hold him off till 26. Like,
they have no choice. Do you know what his cap hit is in
yeah.
2026?
It's I don't know what it is, but I'm sure something outrageous.
131 million.
Oh my god, so they can't even cut him.
If they cut him, it's a cap hit of 80 million.
That is just which is just I mean, they're gonna have to just cut guys and sign guys off the street. That's oh
Yep.
god, that's awful. But hey,
Yep.
that's a lesson in economics, boys. So
Yeah.
uh yeah, the Dolphins, they ended up getting a nice win there. It's good to see them actually playing like pretty good football. It's you would think they've been absolutely awful this year. And they haven't played great, but they have the same record that the Chiefs do.
Well, they've taken the ball out of Tua's hands.
Yeah, I mean, Achan is just he's a monster, man. He really
Him and
is.
Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright been getting a lot of
Yeah,
carries,
dude,
and
Achan ended up dinging up his ribs, which it looks like he's going to be okay. They take him out of the game, and then Jalen Wright's just like, all right, I'll pick up right where he left off. And before that,
yeah,
Jalen Wright had like, I don't know, maybe 10 carries all year. Maybe. Like,
yeah,
it's just, oh, God, man. Achan's a stud, though. He's an absolute problem. And they know, too, like, okay, this is the guy we need to stop. And they can't figure out how to do it.
yeah. They ran for 239 yards. Like that'll do it.
Yeah. Vikings had a big win, but they played against the Commanders, so it's not really like they played anyone good.
Can we just talk about that for a second? Why are you starting Jaden Daniels? Like, why? Like, you're eliminated from the playoffs. Like, just sit him out for the year.
Yeah.
Like,
I
them
mean,
started. That's like malpractice.
yeah, what
Letting him
happens if he
start, and
gets
then he got
hurt?
hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he got hurt.
How bad was it? Cuz I heard it wasn't that bad.
They don't seem to know. Like he didn't come back to the game. Like so.
Just really not. I mean, Zach Ertz had just a brutal knee injury too. That was ugly to watch. Um, oh, that was rough. Um,
So it looks like, I guess, according to like CBS Sports, like he hurt his elbow, avoids any major damage, but like just don't start him again.
yeah,
Don't
I
like
dude, I don't get some of the decisions that are made sometimes. It's like, oh, we've got this guy under contract, let's do it. It's like, what? Why?
yeah.
It's a I hate to say it, but it's a lost season for Washington. They've won 3 games, 3 games.
And everybody was like, boy, they got some big signings. They're gonna do some work this season. And I'm like, okay, but like
Yeah,
there's
but
enough tape on Jaden Daniels now. Like,
I'm not sure he's all to blame. They had a lot of issues this year, a lot.
and he was hurt a lot of the year too.
He
Like
was.
they spent a lot of the year with Marcus Mariota, and that's woof.
Yeah, man, it was just really. It's been a rough year for them. The Saints, they end up beating the Bucks. The Bucks, they've just been sliding, and like good for the Saints, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, they just they keep chugging along. Another team that's only won 3 games, but Tyler Show, man, like good for him, man. Good
Yeah.
for him. Like he actually was very impressive to watch in that game. And just I don't know, something's up with Baker. I mean, the dude always plays hurt, but like the last few weeks they've just been really off. Really off. Egbuka's not getting like he was ramping up big time and then all of a sudden he ended up hurting his hamstring. He sat out a game, then he came back and just has not been the same since then. And I don't know what's happening on their offense. It's just not good, man. Not good at
They've
all.
lost four. They've lost four of their last five, and the one win they had, they barely beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I remember that game. It was not good. Uh, it's just I don't know. Tampa Bay's right now they're tied with Carolina. They win the tiebreaker over them. But
They played Carolina twice in the last 4 weeks, though.
yeah, which is really going to be like, could we be looking at a home playoff game for Carolina? It's possible, man.
So I real quick sidetrack. So there's been this like conspiracy theory that's happened where it's like the years that Carolina has made the Super Bowl, there's been a very specific things that have happened in that time. So like each season, so like it starts with Ohio State is the current national champion in
Hmm.
college football, and then it's like okay, they also start the season playing Jacksonville, and that's things that and like it just kind of keeps going down the list, and it's like all things that have happened to Carolina that's currently going on this season. And it's like, well, might as well just pencil in Carolina for the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see that. It's nuts. I'm kind of
Yeah.
shocked right now, and I don't understand this. Atlanta's eliminated from the playoffs, but we have 4 weeks left, and we have 4 weeks left to play. If they win all 4 of those games, they would be 8-9. And if Tampa Bay and Carolina lose those 4 games, they won't be
Well,
able to because they play each other.
yeah, and also,
One of them is going to get an eighth win. That's what it is.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Makes a lot more
Um,
sense now.
well, even if they get a tie, like even if they tie, like they're mathematically eliminated because of all the tiebreakers.
Yeah. That
Well,
makes
this
a
so that's like so Denver beating the Raiders this weekend was actually really detrimental for the Patriots
mm-hmm.
because now Denver owns every tiebreaker over the Patriots.
Yeah, because the Pats ended up losing that game to the Raiders.
Yep.
Wild.
Yep.
Wild. Oh man.
Yeah. So if they finish with the same exact record, like Pat's the best they could do is a 2 seed. Like
Yeah.
so, but we'll see.
Well, I'll tell you, moving on to some bad news. The Jags, they end up beating the Colts, and not just do they beat them, but Daniel Jones, bum bum bum, and it just, he obviously was playing with a broken fibula, and then goes and tears his Achilles, and it's just, man, you got to feel
That's
bad
it.
for him.
That's another thing where it's like, what are we doing? Like, why are you starting a guy in a broken leg?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the reason they were doing it is because it couldn't get any worse as it was.
Well,
But I have a lot of respect for him. for what he was able to do this year. He played well
Yeah.
above expectation, but I think the next question that's going to come up is contract, right? If they franchise him, it's going to be what, somewhere around 48 million, 45 million, something like that.
For a
And
guy that's coming off an Achilles.
yeah, and it kind of screwed him in terms of a long-term deal or even a longer-term deal, but he made life-changing money with the Giants, right? Like it's just you just
Yep.
feel for him, man. And like the Colts kind of went all in this year with the 2 first-round picks for Sauce and
And
like
that's the thing is they don't have their first round pick,
yeah.
which is
But
like, and honestly, you make that trade 100 out of 100 times, but like they just the bad luck they have incurred the second half of this season, like it's just brutal, man.
I'll tell you, like their front office, Grigson, all those guys, like they've made really solid picks throughout the years, man. Even when Jim Irsay was there, they were picking
Yeah.
well, right? Like Ballard, obviously, like a very good GM that knows how to be able to identify good guys out there.
Right.
And this is a team that has a really good core around them. I hope they,
Yep.
in my opinion, I hope they move on from Anthony Richardson and then find what else they can do with Daniel Jones isn't going to be healthy. Riley Leonard, I felt so bad for him, man. Like it just
He got hurt too.
yeah, like it just is one thing after another. And they're talking about guys like Trevor Simeon, all of these guys. It's like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? But
I gotta go with that's why I gotta go with Philip Rivers, baby.
yeah, the Jags, man, the Jags have moved into first in the division. They're one game obviously ahead of Houston with what they have going on, and it just man, like Jacksonville just quietly has played good football this year. It didn't seem that way at the beginning when they were
Um.
like only 4-3. What? Hold up though. They've
Okay.
they've the teams that they've beat this year. They beat the Panthers, who are going to be a playoff team. They lost to
I
the
don't know if they're gonna be
Bengals.
a playoff team.
Very likely. It's very likely if Tampa Bay keeps skidding. But okay, remove them for a second. They beat the Bengals. They lost to the Bengals right at the end. Do you remember that? That game right at
Yeah,
home?
but also the Bengals are a 4-9 team,
Exactly.
so
Okay. They beat the Texans, which the Texans are right behind them in the
sure,
division. They
sure, that's
beat
a good win.
the 49ers, who are in the playoff hunt right now. They
Yeah,
they also went and beat the Chiefs as well, which I feel like is
I
a
think we're figuring out that the Chiefs aren't a good team this year.
I wouldn't say that they're not a good team, but they're all of the calls that are usually going their way and all of the ways that I don't want to say it's just calls, but all of the things that usually go the Chiefs' way are not going that way this year. The wind's
Well, I think
starting
when
to
you win
blow a
that
different
many
direction.
last year, they won. They were like they had such a good record in one score games, and like that history says, like when that happens the next season, boy, things are not going to bounce your way. Like,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's very difficult. We've seen that happen with the Vikings before. We've seen it happen with the Colts, many different teams.
yeah,
I'm looking at it now. Some of the losses that they have, right? So they lost to the Bengals, which we could say what we want about them, but they lost to Seattle, good team, 20-12. They lost to the Rams. They got blown out by the Rams. Rams are a good team as well. The Texans, who are right behind them, who I feel like have a very good defense, they lost to them. Other than that, the only other loss that they've had was the Bengals. That's
yeah,
I mean, you can only play who's in front of you. You should know that better than anyone.
absolutely. And
But
like that's why like people are like New England's a good team this year, and I'm like, actually, like you watch them, that's a pretty suspect team that plays a lot of easy
but
games. But
what
like again, you win the games that you play, and like there's nothing you can do with that.
but
Like,
define what a good team is for me this year because I don't know. I really don't.
um, okay, I'm gonna put a scenario in front of you. Okay, Jags are down 4, minute 30 left to play, one timeout. They got to drive 80 yards. Do you trust that Trevor Lawrence can do that? Because I don't trust that he could do that.
Mm, okay, he's done it a couple times this year, and that's the thing is like maybe not with a minute left, but
Yeah.
look at some of these games like the scores, man. They're one score games, some of them. Like he
Yeah.
hasn't done it in every single one, but he's done it in enough this year that like they've been competitive. Like I think when I think okay, who's a good team this year? I think the Rams, right? But the Rams just got
They
beat by.
steamroll it. The Rams steamroll everyone
Yeah,
for
but
the
they
most
they
part.
got beat by Philly right at the end of the game, and now I'm watching Philly self-destruct this year. So I'm like, okay, is that like what team is what? Right? Like,
In that Philly game, they had a huge lead on Philly,
yeah.
and Philly just kind of came back. Like,
It just I don't know. I've seen that happen with the Rams, I feel like a few times where they had big leads on people and then they, teams snuck back in. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like
no,
the
you're right. You're right. He did it against the Chiefs. Like because I remember watching that Monday night game. I was
that
in a
was the
hotel room.
ugliest touchdown I've ever seen.
You and me both, man. You and me
Oh
both. Like,
man. Oh. And I just look at it now, like this division, like the Colts, these are the teams they have to play the rest of the way. They go to Seattle, they play home against the Niners, home against Jacksonville, and then they go to Houston. I'm all for Indy, but I don't really want to see them in the playoffs now, to be honest, in my opinion.
yeah.
I
I
want to
mean,
see good
they're
football
on the
come the
outside looking
playoffs.
in.
They
Yeah.
definitely are. Now there's a chance they could make it. Obviously, if they win those games, they could make it. But I think the odds are stacked against them. And it's a team, even though it's my team, I would preferably not want to see them in the playoffs now without good quarterback play. That's what
Yeah.
I want to see come playoffs is good quarterback play, teams that can run the football well, teams that play good defense. And I feel like Indy is one dimensional now on offense, and their defense is starting to scare me.
Yep.
So I feel like that's a bad thing for them. Where Jacksonville, I feel like, could be more entertaining come playoff time. And this is a team that's been without Brian Thomas Jr. most of the year. They traded for Jacoby Myers, who's had, I think, a touchdown in almost every game
Yeah.
that he's played for them since they traded for him. They lost Travis Hunter, who was their perennial superstar that everyone talked about, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's what they've been able to do there with Liam Cohen, Mr. Duval. Like it's kind of impressive.
I will say this, like as a Pats fan, and like kind of thinking about like if we can hold on to the 2 seed, I would rather like to see Jacksonville in the first round than Houston.
Absolutely.
Respectfully.
We talked about that the other day with Houston. Like that's a team
Yeah.
no one wants to.
I want no part of in the
Nope.
playoffs.
Nope.
No part of.
No. They're playing
Will
very good
just the
defense.
thought of Will Anderson hitting Drake May over and over again for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah, let's
Nah.
talk about them because they just beat the Chiefs and it's a big win for Houston, but and I know Andy Reid came out and called himself out on the blunder, right? Like that's what a good coach does, right?
Sure.
He's had years to think this stuff up, and years they've been getting away with some of it, and I say that in a nice way. Like I don't mean he's cheating the system or anything like that. It's years of solid preparation that has gone into all of the decisions that him and Spags make when
Yeah.
they're in these tight situations. And a lot of those fourth down calls, they've been able to make them happen, right? But this one just seemed like it was so egregious with the game so close and almost putting Houston in touchdown range at that point. Like it just to me
think the
didn't.
thing that was like I think the thing that was confusing to me was like that entire second half,
Mhm.
Houston was just going 3 and out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, kick the ball away and like just try to get a stop. You know what I mean? Like, that gave them all the momentum in a really short field, and like then that kind of put the game away for Houston.
It
Like,
really did. It really did. At that point, you just kind of felt like, and as I was watching it, I was like, you could almost see the air come out of them. At that point, they just knew, like, dang. And Mahomes, correct me if I'm wrong. What 3 picks in this game?
yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, just real rough, man.
And that's the thing with Houston's defense is they have a really good secondary and they have a really good defensive line. Like,
Could I? And I just want to ask this, just because, like, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but like, does it seem like Kansas City's getting old?
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
like,
forget
if you
Travis
look at their
Kelsey for a
roster,
second. Forget Kelsey, right? It
yeah,
seems like this team is old.
because they are. If you look at like they have guys like Kareem Hunt, who's been in the league a million years. You know what I mean? They just
Mhm.
it's weird because they're like it's like a two timelines thing where they have like a lot of old guys and a lot of like young second, third year guys, and it's
Yeah.
like there's no really like bridging the gap in the middle, which sucks.
By the
Like,
way, something crazy that I saw that was a stat. I don't know if you saw this, but since I think it was like week 6 was when Rasheed Rice came back. I think.
yeah,
since week 6, before the games happened on Sunday, him and JSN had the same amount of fantasy points, which
That's wild.
does not seem right, but was true. And that's wild. Like Rashee Rice coming back was a big deal for them. Very big.
Yeah.
It made Worthy disappear. He just has been non-existent this year with when Rice came back. But yeah,
And the thing is, like, you look at Mahomes and you like look at his stats, like they don't tell the story.
no.
Because if you just look at his stats, you're like, oh, he's thrown for 3,400 yards. That's like third in the league. Like he has 22 touchdowns. That's like I think like top 5 in the league. And
Hmm.
you're like, his like QBR is 69.4. Like that's top 5 in the league. And you're like, wow. If you just look at his stats and do nothing else, you're like, oh, he's having a good season. But like, there's kind of more to that. Like he can't throw the deep ball anymore.
Yeah, I don't know that, and we've seen it kind of go. I would say what the last 3 4 years at least, where it's kind of made this huge change from like this high flying offense when they had to Tyreek Hill to where they could score on an instant to now it's like you feel like they can't do any of that.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. Like he's taken 29 sacks this year. That's crazy. Thrown 10
Oh yeah.
picks. Like Patrick Mahomes never throws 10 picks. Maybe like never double digit picks in a season. Right? It's just I mean, that's not him.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to see the way this is going this year. Like they don't have a 1,000 yard receiver. I know he's spreading the ball around, but like it doesn't look good at all. At all,
Yeah.
man.
It's not great, man. It's not great.
And
And
it
like,
doesn't look good for their chances either because right now they're sitting at 6-7. They're 10th right now in the AFC. The amount of wins they're going to need, they're not going to pass the Chargers. They're not going to pass Denver. Unless something crazy happens, they're not going to pass either of them. So,
well, the thing is like, yeah, the teams they need to leapfrog, like they don't. Kansas City loses the tiebreaker over all of them.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, have to leapfrog Baltimore. They do have the head to head against the Colts.
Yep.
They don't have the head to head against Houston. They don't have the head to head against Buffalo. They don't have the head to head against the Chargers. Like, they're really in a hole at this point that like I know they're not mathematically eliminated, but like
It feels that way, though.
they can't win the division at this point. Like,
Yeah, it does not feel like it does not feel like they're going to make the playoffs this year. It's going to be really rough for them. Speaking of some of these other teams, like we'll get through the rest of this. The Steelers, they end up beating the Ravens. Like this surprised me a little bit because I felt like the Ravens were kind of marching in the right direction.
yeah,
And the Steelers were kind of free falling, and it seems like they don't know what to do with DK Metcalf anymore, which is mind blowing to me. It I don't know, like when you end up paying a receiver that kind of money, you think like, oh, okay, like we're gonna bring him in and we're gonna chuck the ball way down the field for this guy,
yeah.
and use him the way that we should be using him. But it feels like recently, at least the last 4 or 5 weeks, they're like, oh, let's turn him into Wes Welker, and that's not good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 yard catch by DK Metcalf is very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. I don't know, man. Like it just I'm not feeling good about this Steelers team. Their bread and butter has been playing defense, and they are not playing great defense this year. So I don't know what's going to happen with them, but
This is the second week in a row with the Steelers. A team's run for over 200 yards on them.
well, so this is the crazy thing too. Like going into this week, the Ravens were at 6-6, the Steelers were at 6-6. So you said like, okay, like the Ravens are definitely like this is the moment they've been waiting for. When they've been waiting for Lamar to come back, they've been winning all these games like for this moment, right? To overtake the
Yeah.
division and be ready to go. And then it just seems like they just dropped a dud. Like I know they didn't lose by a lot, but it felt like it was just not their day.
And again, they just like the fact that they ran for 217 yards and lost, like kind of tells you all you need to know. Like really, like they had 400 plus yards of offense and they can't win. Like
Yeah, and
that's kind of alarming.
I mean, their defense gave up a lot on the way there. It doesn't help, man. It just doesn't.
Well, that's the thing is like if you just kind of look at the stats, like the Steelers ran for as a team 34 yards.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of let Aaron Rodgers look kind of like an all pro, which is
Yeah.
weird. And they let DK Metcalf just run amok on them. Like,
Yeah, like I don't know. It just I don't know, man. I it doesn't make sense to me like what's happening with some of these teams.
yeah.
It just
Yeah.
doesn't.
The thing is though, like it's essentially a two-team rock fight now. And I know you love Cincinnati, but their division hopes I think are pretty much gone.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
yeah, it's probably not going to work out for them. Um, it just I don't know. I'm looking at so like this week was different, right, with DK Metcalf, but I look at the previous games before that, and it's just awful. Like it's not good, man. It's not
yeah.
good. Like yeah, they got him the ball this week and stuff, but the Ravens haven't been playing great defense and stuff. But the games before this, look, like, so he gets 148 yards and 7 catches this week. The week before, 32 yards, 22
Yeah.
yards, 49, 35, 6 yards, 55, 50. Like, he hasn't gone over 100 yards since before Dublin.
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing with the Steelers too and the Ravens, like their schedules both the rest of the way are not easy.
no,
Like,
no. So it's I don't know what's going to happen with them, but I don't know. We're going to talk about the Bengals here in a second, but that's a team that needed to win this week and just didn't. They
yeah.
really badly needed that game, and this was one we were texting about back and forth. But this was a game I loved watching, man. I
Yeah,
loved it.
I I skipped red zone just to watch this
Yep,
game. That's a I never skip red
me
zone, and I was
neither.
like, I tuned in early to Bengals Bills, and I was like, oh, this is going to be okay.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
the
nobody's
snow,
like,
and I just thought like instant classic here.
yep, and I was like, cool. You know what? I love you, Scott. I love you, Scott Hansen, but like not today.
Yeah.
I won't see you till 4 p.m. and that's okay. And I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, I was really excited when I saw this because I thought to myself like, "Oh man, like this is exactly what I'm looking for and what I'm hoping for."
and the thing is like Joe Burrow is kind of the one that like fucked it up down the stretch, and that's not like Joe Burrow.
mhm.
Like he just like overthrew some guys. There was a play right at the end of the first half where T Higgins is open.
Yeah,
He's like
I saw it
motioning
was
for it.
way up over his head.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like Burrow. Burrow usually makes those throws.
He does.
Like, yeah,
He
man,
does. It was a sloppy
it was
game.
rough.
The one thing I will say is like it seemed like the Cincinnati receivers like knew how to play in the snow at the beginning of the game. Like
Yeah,
they weren't running huge long fast routes or anything like that. It was just like kind of stutter stepping their way into routes because
yeah.
they knew they'd slide all over the field. But just it was just awesome to watch. And Josh Allen is just a monster, man. Like you just can't stop him. Can't
Josh
stop him,
Allen at
man.
home, man.
Yeah,
Josh Allen at home.
he's really awesome to watch. And like this is a team that like they could be hitting their stride at the right time.
I'll tell you, the Patriots face him this week, and I'm not. It's not a game I'm looking forward to. Like,
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I'll be ready to text you on Sunday
no,
to
please
see.
do,
Yeah.
please do.
And like we said, like it could end the Bengals season this coming week depending on what happens with them.
Yeah, they play
Um
the Ravens this week,
but
so like,
even if it does, the one thing I will say is it was just really good to see Joe Burrow out there again.
yep.
It
And Joe Burrow just kind of slinging it. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, that was kind of nice.
The two picks at
Like,
the
he had the
end
two.
and like I get that, but
Yeah, he had the two picks, but like, man, it was just good seeing Joe Burrow back. Like,
yeah.
and like the thing was, like, Jamar Chase wasn't a huge factor in that game. Like, the Bills
No.
decided they're like, you know what? If T Higgins is going to beat us, cool. Jamar Chase, we're not letting you beat us.
Did you know who was beating them sometimes was Gasicki. He
Yeah.
made that sick one-handed catch over the middle that I was like, "Ooh, that was
It
nice."
felt like every third down, it like Gasecki was the guy that he found for
Yeah.
like it would always be like 3rd and 4, and he'd find him for like 6, and you're like, huh, okay,
Well,
like
there's that. Yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
But I will say with Buffalo, like this was a they had to get right game,
Hmm.
and it's the Buffalo that I see that I'm like actually terrifies me that like I think could still win it all. Like they ran for 183 yards on the ground, man. Like they were running
Yeah.
6 yards a pop.
I had to
Like,
eat some crow as I'm watching James Cook there, but
well, you don't have to eat too much crow because James Cook fumbled it twice. So like,
yeah, like, and especially going into the he fumbled it once going was it twice or three times because he fumbled it going out
twice.
of bounds, right?
Yeah,
Then he also fumbled one at the goal line where they could have punched it in and they recovered, and that was wild.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man, craziness. But
But yeah, it was a fun game to watch. Like I was like you, I like tuned in. I saw, oh, it's in the snow. Great.
yeah,
This is where I am for the next 3 hours.
yeah,
Thanks.
it felt
Like,
really nice, and I was staying up for every minute. She's like, "Are you going to bed?" I'm like, "Nope, no, 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 no."
and I loved that it was a 1 p.m. game too.
Yeah, that
That's
was the
really,
dude.
yeah, that was
That
the chef's kiss.
man,
Oh,
NFL. Thank you so much. Thank you.
and
That's
that's what
what
I
we
love about
wanted.
this weekend.
Hmm.
Like Bills Patriots for me is at 1 p.m.
Yeah,
That's everything I want in my life.
I'm gonna
Like
be
I want
watching
it.
that game. Yeah,
I want it early. That way I can watch other games. That you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, yeah. Maybe you just turn off football after that for the day.
no, because I'm there's gonna be fantasy implications. It's fantasy playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, there is.
Still got something to fight for, allegedly.
Yeah. So also the Packers they end up beating the Bears, which was a big matchup because obviously the Bears were leading the NFC going into that game.
Yeah,
And it was right at the end, the last play where Caleb Williams goes and rolls to his left, and it looks like he's got a guy in the end zone and gets picked. And so the Packers end up kind of sealing the victory on that. But what are
I
your
don't understand how the Bears lost this game. I I just like they did everything right. It felt like, and this didn't feel like the Bears. I was more impressed that the Packers won this game
Mhm.
than like you know what I mean. This wasn't like, oh, the Bears just didn't show up. Like the Bears played hard and had a lead. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just I don't know. They did everything. I mean, like they ran the ball well. Like Caleb played all right. Like they just had that pick at the end, man. Like
Yeah. And it's too bad because that sometimes is what it's the determining factor. Like they didn't really have a huge answer for it's not like they didn't have an answer. Christian Watson gets the two touchdowns, like that's a big deal, right? Like him coming back is a really big deal, and it's rare against a team like the Bears because the Bears don't really like look through their game logs, man. They don't give up a lot of points. They
nope.
really don't. But the Packers, they've been kind of rolling lately. Like if you look at the last two games, they beat the Bears. Before that, they beat the Lions. They beat the Vikings before that. So to win three divisional games in a row, it's a big deal.
I'll tell you. You know what this game felt like?
Yeah,
This felt like the Bears are a young team and didn't know how to put this game away.
which might be to their benefit. And do you know why?
Hmm.
Because Green Bay now is going to go on the road to Denver and play in Mile High, and then they come back
Yeah,
and they play at Chicago after that. And then Green Bay's got to go and they're going to play the Ravens at home, and then they close out with the Vikings at the end of the year. And I'll tell you, the Vikings won't have anything to play for, but they're going to come hungry trying to take their shot. So
yeah. Brian Flores is going to blitz Jordan Love every other play for funsies.
so
Like
let me ask you the question: do you trust Jordan Love?
as somebody that's legitimately thinking about starting him in fantasy playoffs this week, I might. I don't know. I don't know. I don't love either. I don't love the matchup against Denver
No,
because
no.
Denver beats the piss out of everyone. Like,
But if
and not
you
by like,
yeah.
and not like score wise, but like Jordan Love's gonna get sacked a lot.
But if
Or isn't
you
that?
tell me that like he gives up two sacks, maybe even throws a pick, but like they end up winning like 35-14, I could see that. Like I don't
Yeah,
want that to happen in Denver, right? Like Denver, I feel like they're the number one seed right now. They're a good team. Like yeah, I'm not sure about Bo Nix, but like that defense is just terrifying, absolutely
yep,
terrifying. But I don't know. Would I be shocked if Jordan Love goes in there and does well? No. Would I be surprised? Probably.
yeah, yep, yeah. No, it's the thing with Jordan Love, man. It's like you kind of never know with him. And like,
I feel like he's played down to a lot of competition this year. The Browns and the Panthers. I don't want to
yeah.
talk badly about the Panthers, but like, I feel like Green Bay's a better football team than them.
Also, the Bears too. You think about like their remaining 4 games aren't easy either. Like I know they play Cleveland this week, but like, cool, you have to deal with Miles Garrett. Have fun.
Yep.
Like,
Who's looking for the
have
sack
fun.
record? Yeah.
Yeah, like he's mad because they lost a game they should have won. Cool. Good luck with that.
You know,
Have fun. And then they still play the Packers, 49ers, and Lions. Like
yeah.
that's a hard schedule for a young team. Like,
Yeah, man. I'll tell you I don't know, man. Like none of those games seem appealing.
no.
They don't. Mm-mm.
You could tell me they lose all 4 of those, and I'd be like, okay, sure.
Yeah, end the season on a 5-game losing streak. Oh God. At 9-9.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be disappointing for them. Definitely. Um,
Yeah.
one
Like,
thing
but
one thing I was going to mention about Jordan Love that I heard Dan Orlovsky talking about it, that he's got more touchdowns than he does sacks and interceptions combined. And he said there's not many quarterbacks in the league that can say that.
wait, say that again. He has more.
More touchdowns this year than sacks and interceptions combined.
Yeah, no, it's 22-22. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Wild, right?
Yeah, jeez.
I mean, not to mention, what did you say? He's thrown for 22 this year?
Yeah, he started for 22 and he has 18 sacks and 4 picks.
Yeah,
So
he's
yeah.
probably rushed for a few touchdowns too, but it just
Oh yeah, no, probably.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy to think
actually
about
he's
that.
rushed for 0 this year. He's rushed for
Really?
0.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe
Yep.
interesting. Dan, you're wrong.
I mean, he's not. He's. I mean, he's technically kind of right. I mean, it's the same number, which is still that's still impressive though. Like,
Very very impressive for a guy, right? Like something that you don't really expect.
but like, you know how we talked about Patrick Mahomes and the numbers, and
Mhm.
you're like, that doesn't tell a whole story. That's kind of Jordan Love too. Like, if you just kind of look at his numbers, you're like, wow, he's pretty good. But then like you kind of like look at the games he's played, and you're like, I don't. The Packers are maddening. Like you just
The-
don't know what you're getting from
is
them
it
week to week.
isn't that exactly it? They are maddening. That's exactly the way to describe it, because it's like you feel like, okay, this is a good football team. I can't imagine being a fan and loving that, right? Like it's
Like the one team I trust in the NFC is the Rams right now.
yeah.
And kind of really the beatdown that Carolina gave to them. I know that game was close, but Carolina kind of ran all over them. I trust them more than most, but I don't all the way trust them.
Yeah.
And like in the AFC, like I don't trust any. Like I guess I trust Denver, but I only trust them because of that defense and if they can play at home every round.
Well, then I trust New England because of the same reason, right? Like
Oh, I
because
love the I love the Patriots, and they're my favorite team. I don't trust them.
I don't know, their
That
defense is
offensive
very
line,
good too.
sure, that offensive line though for the Patriots is hot poo poo, and we can't really run the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough.
Like,
Last game
yeah,
we got to talk about is Chargers and the Eagles, because this happened last night, and this, oh man, I feel bad for
I
Jalen
almost.
Hurts.
I want to. I just want to paint a quick story. So Bennett League this week, I'm playing the one team that like I don't think that they check their team. And so, like, I'm starting Jalen Hurts, and I'm like, all right, cool. After not starting Jordan Love, who scored 25 points, okay,
Yep.
just kind of want to set the scene there. Jalen Hurts gets me negative points last night.
Yeah.
Negative points for a quarterback. I
Yeah.
can't tell you the last time I've seen that happen to me in fantasy football. It's been a minute, and I almost lost.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I went through something very similar in fantasy where I was winning. I was up like, I don't know, 134 to 131. And I woke up this morning and the game was like halfway through. And I'm looking and I'm like, I'm losing now. How is that possible? Like,
Yeah.
what? And then I see it, and then all of a sudden it flashes through that not only did he commit an interception, but also a fumble. And I'm like, how is this possible? And I couldn't turn on the game at that moment. And I'm like, there's no way that this happens. Like, this has to be like a scoring error or something. Nope. He threw a pick. The guy fumbled, he picked it up, and then he fumbled, and they recovered.
Yeah,
And it just, oh man, like
good stuff.
I felt bad for him too because like not all of those picks were his fault. And
Yeah.
I know people were trying to say like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be throwing at the end and this and that, but I don't know, man. Like he's trying to make a play. I I can't fault the guy. Like he's been very good with the football this year. He's thrown 2 picks all year. He threw 4 in this game. Like
Yeah.
it just if you can't trust Jalen Hurts throwing the ball, like, you know, they don't have him out there throwing 50 times a game. But like if you're telling me like, oh yeah, he shouldn't be trusted, like you're wrong. Right? Like he does a good job of protecting the football. He usually doesn't fumble that much, usually doesn't throw that many picks. Yeah, he's not throwing 50 touchdowns a year, but like he's going to get you points every week. This was just very scary to watch.
You know what? One of my favorite things to do is I have a couple of friends in my life that are Eagles fans,
Hmm.
and I have like one friend in particular. He loves like not like not even like live tweeting, but live Facebook updating like Eagles games,
Hmm.
and just like watching him just get angrier and angrier. And like last night, I just like I could not help myself.
Yeah.
I just couldn't help myself, and because he at one point he was like just calling for I can't remember who Philly's backup quarterback is, and I'm like, are you insane? Are you insane? This man just won a Super Bowl MVP for you 10 months ago.
He doesn't
And
care.
his argument was like, well, he's had a few bad games this year. I'm like, yeah, quarterbacks are allowed to have bad seasons. Again, see where 10 months ago he was Super Bowl MVP and won you a Super Bowl.
Well, like
Like, fucking A.
yeah, I
Like,
know. Some people sometimes
Philly
they
are dumb.
yeah, very dumb. Kudos to the Chargers and especially Herbert for like playing through a ridiculous surgery on his non-throwing hand. He's bleeding
Yeah.
out there and he's playing through it. Their defense played phenomenal last night. Uh, you know, other than giving up that 52-yard touchdown run, like they kept a lot of things in check from that Eagles offense.
Did you see Justin Herbert at the end of the game?
No.
He just has that look on his face after the last pick in overtime where he's like, oh, thank God. Like that dude got beaten up like it was like he took 7 sacks.
Yeah. And not from like easy guys, but like you watch the way N'Kobe Dean got after him, Jordan Davis, like those guys are dogs. Like you don't want them coming after you. They're not putting you down easy, right?
No, no, 7 sacks, man. Jesus.
Yeah, we don't
Like,
know what's going to happen with Philly's free fall, where that's going to stop. Like right now, they're the 3rd seed in the NFC, but you look at things now, and I mean Dallas. It's not out of the realm of possibility to think that Dallas could overtake them, especially with the way
you know
things
what I
are
hope
going.
happens? You know what I hope happens? Because
What?
fuck Philly fans. I hope Philly misses the playoffs. God, I hope they miss the playoffs.
I don't know.
I just,
This is the thing.
oh,
So the only game they play that's going to be really tough going forward is against the Bills. They play the Commanders twice and they play the Raiders. So I don't know that you're going to get your
yeah, but do
wish.
you trust that they could beat the Commanders? Oh, they lost to a guy who had surgery on Monday on his non-throwing hand, sacked him 7 times,
Yeah,
and lost. Like what?
I don't know. I've got
I don't know, man.
I've got an amazing story to tell you.
Please do.
Yeah, so by the way, I didn't mention it before, but I ended up winning that game, so I still have the number 1 seed in this other league I'm in.
Okay.
But I run my own league. You're not in there, but God, that sounds terrible.
No.
But yeah, so the standings last week, I was in 10th place,
Mhm.
and I was at 6 and 7, and from 3rd place to 9th place were all teams that were either 7 and 6 or 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So I was in 9th place, right? I was the last one. So d- over the course of the week, I had a 2% chance to be able to get into the playoffs, but I needed some of those 7 and 6 teams to lose, and
Sure.
I needed to be able to win. So I would have been 5 and 8. I was 5 and 8. That's what it was. I was at the bottom. Jeez, I'm
Mhm.
doing a bad job of explaining this, but yes. Anyhow, just know that from third place team to ninth place team, like all of them could have shifted, and I would have been able to get into the playoffs because of it. And
No.
4 out of those 5 teams lost, and the 5th team won. And that ended up kicking me down and out of the playoffs. So I would have had a chance to be able to make it, but it didn't happen. And you know what? That just shows that like my team's name, Drake banged me in London. So it's Drake.
That's kind of fitting.
Yeah, Drake
It's kinda
London.
fitting.
Drake London just he rocked me this year. So
Well, so then I was looking at Bennett League stats this morning, and
yeah,
I realized that I missed the playoff by 1 game.
which doesn't
1
feel
game.
good. Doesn't
Nope.
feel good at all. And I've been on a
Nope.
heater at the end of the season in Bennett League too. I was like, man.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know though, and this is why you'll appreciate this so much. As you look at the rankings now, I'm in 8th place in my league. I'm eliminated, right? It's the top 6 that make it.
Where's that uncle of yours?
We'll get
place is
there.
he-
We'll get there.
What place is he in?
So Uncle Roger is in 10th place, right?
Love it.
With a 6-8 record as well, but right in between us, like a nice Oreo cookie sandwich. Guess who's in there?
Oh,
Mr.
Tell me,
Ninth
John.
place, Stinks McGee.
boy.
So, just I needed to make sure you knew that because that is, I mean, I feel like that made your day. So,
Honestly, I've been thinking about joining another league next year and bumping it up to 3. And I think that if there's room in your league, I'd like to join just so I could beat your Uncle Roger twice a year.
oh my goodness, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
You know what?
Like,
I don't think he would disagree. I think he would love for you to be in there. He'd love it.
yeah.
I need to do better in Bennett League. I know that's for sure.
Who do you have in Bennett League Fantasy Playoffs this week? I'm playing John Lacasse.
This week in in Bennett League playoffs, this week I am playing Toe Wigglers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm able to win that game because I need it. Oh, that's Talia. She had a great team to start the year, but things just didn't work out.
Yeah, she like if you look at her lineup, she's who I played this past week. She just like doesn't check her lineup.
She has in past weeks, but I guess Amon Ra didn't make the cut. So
Which is
yeah.
wild.
My other league though, I'll tell you, like all the things went right that I needed to, and I really hope like I had the best record in the league last year, got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. They only do top 4 because it's a 10-team league.
Yeah.
But playoffs don't start this week. Playoffs will start next week for us.
Okay.
So I still have one more shot, but there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that could be vying for that last playoff spot.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, none of those 5 teams, all of those 5 teams, I do not want to play. I don't want to play any
Sure.
of them. Most of them have been playing very, very well towards the end of the season, and actually this week, every team that was higher seeded except for me lost. So it was not a good week in that league for some teams.
And in Bennett League 2, John's our boy John, #1 seed's got a bye. You know,
Maybe send him a text.
man, I'm trying not to finish last in Bennett League, so I'm not trying to incur any bad karma right now.
Just
man.
send him a text. Let him know. Send him a good luck text, and maybe it has like that reverse karma, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey. Now that I'm no longer officially the champion, the champ, the crown is vacant for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Good luck.
If I can somehow get his address, I'll mail him a Burger King crown. I'll do it.
Oh, call Fred.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
All right, I think we're going to wrap up for this week. But guys, anyone else that's in fantasy playoffs, good luck to you guys, or those that are coming soon. I know our Guillotine League that we're in. I sent out the last post for that, and we'll have a 4-team round robin kind of for I say round robin, but rotisserie style for the last 3 weeks and see what happens there. But really going to be exciting to look at that and check that out. But yeah, good luck in your leagues, guys, and bro, I love you, dude.
I love you too. Hey, let's not finish in last place in our leagues. Let's
try not to.
Yeah, let's try not to.
All right, bud. You take care.
All right.
Peace.
I love you. Peace.